Really? You got to be kidding me.
That was very energetic this morning.
Well, I have a lot of energy.
I like that, Dad.
Yeah. Got a lot of sleep.
Lordstown Motors.
Yes.
Who called this, by the way? Who called this months ago? I don't know if we'll ever be able to find the clip of you saying this live on there, but you said it a bajillion times. Lordstown Motors files for bankruptcy after 5 years of empty promises. The once $5 billion company is now worth $30 million. Dad, this is the first of many.
Yes.
First of many startup car companies that we anticipate kind of going by the wayside here over the next couple of months. You called this a long time ago, man.
Well, you look at the numbers, and certain times when you look at the numbers, I mean, the stuff just jumps out at you, and you go, well, this can't continue forever, or for even another 5 or 6 months. But the thing that amazes me, and I see it in the comments all the time, because we called out Carvana in the past, and we thought, well, Carvana was going to go bankrupt. Because, I don't know, they lost $2.9 billion last year. So we thought, and then their losses weren't quite as high in the first quarter because of unique accounting practices. Yeah. And investors jumped on that, and their stock has gone up dramatically.
All right, Dad, you can sell your car on CarEdge. What's the deal?
The deal is you just plug in your VIN number and we'll get you offers from local dealers in minutes.
Seconds. CarEdge.com/sell.
Okay. All I will say is just because investors jump on it doesn't mean it's going to survive.
Yeah.
It just means they fooled the investors for a little bit longer. And that's what Lordstown did for a while, because there was going to be that deal with Foxconn, and there was going to be this, and there was going to be that. And sometimes you just look at this stuff and you go, there's no plausible way for it to work. But yet investors are going to keep throwing money at it.
Someone's got to underwrite it.
Because they don't want to lose it. Now, I've said many times that, with the amount of money that Lucid loses for every vehicle that they sell, which is, I just bear this in mind because it doesn't sound like a lot of money when I'm about to say it. For every vehicle they sell, based on the amount of money that they've lost, it only costs them $555,000 to sell that one vehicle. $555,000. Now, I thought to myself, this can't go on forever.
You make it up in volume.
You do, yes. and then I saw that they're going to be doing joint stuff with McLaren.
Yep.
Because they sell, like hundreds of thousands of cars a year. But the thing that would lead me to believe that Lucid will be able to continue for quite a bit of time is the fact that it is backed by a Saudi investment firm that seems to have, I don't know, unlimited amount of money.
Yeah.
So if that's where their money's coming from, then yeah, perhaps
you're going to see a thinning of the herd no matter what.
Oh, yes.
There are hundreds of EV car company startups out there. They will not be after this cycle. And that's what it is. It's cyclical. It's just fascinating to see the headline about Lordstown. Let's be very clear. Going bankrupt. You did it with your golf shop.
Yes, I did.
Different magnitudes of scale, but same impact. Employees lose jobs. You have to start.
And may I say, having spent 43 years in retail automotive, there is one of the things I learned is that a lot of people in dealerships think very poorly of anybody that has gone bankrupt. Especially when they come in to try and buy another car.
Yeah, you mean customers, yeah.
Yes. And I can tell you from experience that just because someone goes bankrupt doesn't mean they're a bad person. It just means they might have been a bad financial person, or in my case, a bad businessman. Okay. But it doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person. So even though somebody's gone bankrupt, or even though a business might go bankrupt, I give them credit for trying.
Of course.
At least they tried. Better to have tried and failed than to have never tried at all. Also better to have admitted defeat sooner rather than later when you know ultimately you're just going down the toilet. I did that. And I've told you this. The best sales volume day I had in the history of my store was the first day of my going out of business sale. That was my biggest day ever. Okay. Had I known that, I would have done it on the first damn day.
You would have been going out of business on day one.
Well, there are businesses that do that forever. Oh, they're having a going out of business sale.
Every other Tuesday.
Yes.